Hello, Namaste students. Hope you are good. Now in this part of the video lecture of chapter Federalism from your NCERT book, second chapter, I am going to discuss few more topics. As you know, in the previous video lecture, I discussed the form of federation, where I said India is an example of holding together federation. Now we start. What makes India a federal country? India has emerged an important nation, or you can say India had emerged as an independent nation after a painful and bloody partition of India and Pakistan. After independence, several princely states became a part of this country, and the constitution declared India as a union of states based on the principles of federalism. The constitution provides a three-tier government comprising of the central government, state governments and panchayats with municipalities. All states in Indian Union rather you can say, do not have identical powers. As I told you that government is divided into vertical order. Central government who looks after the whole country, then the states government who are responsible for their particular state and coordinating with central government and other states, and then we have the panchayats and municipalities. Panchayats are for village administration and municipalities are for urban administration. Some of the states have a special status. For example, if I tell you Jammu and Kashmir, when it was a state, it had its own constitution. But after removing Article 370, we found that Jammu and Kashmir, which was a state, a special state, was divided into two union territories, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. So, some states, some union territories are given some important and special powers. There are some units of Indian Union who enjoys a very little power. These units are referred to as union territories such as Chandigarh, Lakshadweep, etc. The central government has special powers in running these areas. It is not easy to make changes in the power sharing arrangement between the central and state government. But if any change is required to make, a complex process is laid down for it. The proposed change has to be first passed by both the houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, with at least 2/3 majority of votes in favor of that change in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha by the member of parliaments. After that, it has to be ratified by the legislature of at least half of the total states. Then it comes to judiciary. The judiciary plays an important role in overseeing the implementation of constitutional provisions and procedures. Judiciary is responsible to implement and see whether the laws which are made at legislation, parliament, is properly followed up by the people of country or not. So when we are talking about parliament, we will talk about the powers of legislate. Powers of legislate, our constitution provided a threefold distribution of legislative powers among the central and state governments. And this distribution contains three lists: union lists, state lists, and concurrent list. So what is union list? Union list includes subject of national importance such as defense of country, foreign affairs, banking, communication, and currency. You have seen on the Indian currency, it is written Government of India, not the government of a particular state, because currency is totally responsibility of the central government. Then we can say that these are included since we need to uniform policy on these matters. The union government alone can make laws associated with it. It should also be remembered that the union government has the power to legislate on different subjects, such as subjects which do not fall in any other list or any list of it. Now we talk about the state list. State list contains subject of state and local importance such as police, trade, commerce, agriculture, and irrigation. The state governments alone can make laws relating to the subjects mentioned in the state list. Beside these two, we have a third list which is called concurrent list. And what is this concurrent list? Where the state and central governments, they come together on one platform and share their common things. It includes the subject of common interest of both the central government, which you call union government, as well as the state governments, such as education, but the education policy is made by the central government. But boards, like different boards for class 10, 12, university level, can be separated, central levels different and state level different. So education, forest, trade unions, marriage, adoption, and succession. When the central government makes a policy on these issues, like education, NCERT is a body which makes the national policy in India, and whatever policy is made by NCERT has to be followed by the all states and union territories of country. Both the union as well as the state governments can make laws on the subject mentioned in the concurrent list. If their laws conflicts with each other, the law made by union government will prevail it. Now we talk how this federalism practiced. The federal experiment has succeeded in India because of the clearly laid out constitutional provisions. The real success of federalism in India can be attributed to the nature of democratic politics in our country. This ensured that the spirit of federalism, respect of diversity, and desire to live together became the shared ideals of India and in India also. So, and we look into the different topics related to the federalism practice into the next video. Do revise from NCERT book. Keep studying, keep revising. Thank you.